Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Keo, and today we are talking about other DJs, but in the positive way. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe. Hit the comment section below. Leave a comment. Help your boy out with the algorithm. And if you would like to support this humble channel, and I'm very humble DJ, please support my t-shirt shop. I got some cool t-shirts right there. You're not going to get them for Christmas. You should have bought them earlier. Uh, and if you have no money, you're broke because you haven't done any gigs all year. Just let the ads play and you can support the channel like that. All right. All right, let's get into it. I got called out in a video. I get called out all the time because I say spicy things all the time. Some people like it, some people don't like it, but I have to speak my mind. And somebody called me out because I made a promise that I was going not to go at other DJs next because I think it's toxic behavior inside the DJ community, and we're too small to be uh, being nitpicky and that kind of thing with other DJs. So I was like, you know what, you're right. I in the last two videos ago, I said David Guetta is not a DJ, and you know what? That was kind of catty of me. That was kind of catty. I'll That's fair. I'll take that L. Um, so the reason why I want to make this video is because I think DJs need to do a better job supporting each other. I made a call on one of my other videos about DJs leaving their links in the comment section, and everybody's like, "Cool," and then didn't do it. So I'm gonna say it again: leave your DJ links in the no. First of all, share this video to other DJs, and then let them put their links in the comment section. I will follow you, and I will try and support you whatever you're doing. If you want to do an interview, if you need help with some production or whatever you need to do on your channel or whatever you're doing, let me know. I'll try and do that too. I think, especially in 2020, which it's been a hell of a year. I made this comment before. DJs have been nitpicky, uh, complain based, angry at the world. Everything sucks. That person's not good. How they get that gig? We have been all of these things for a long time, and I don't think it's gotten any better. I think probably it's maintained flat or gotten worse, depending on what point of view you have. Uh, I've been doing this a long time, and I off and on. All right, I'll admit I haven't been DJing for how many blinking years straight. I quit for a little bit and then came back, and I've done the last 10 years straight. But um, I started with vinyl. I say this all the time, so I don't begrudge people who use sync or they're staring at the laptop or they're using their controller to do everything. Like I don't begrudge them because it's different for everybody. You're in a different spot, and I think a lot of times DJs like we're not supportive, and so everybody's scared. Like being a DJ is freaking scared, and I'll put it like this: when I first made this channel, I was horrified to show my face. And then I was horrified to put mixes up or even show what I do. I don't really talk about production and all this other stuff I've done or songs I've made with other artists. I don't really get into that. And it's one of those things where I'm like, the community is so toxic because everybody hates everything. Everybody thinks they can do better. And so it makes it difficult for people to want to share. A lot of DJs do not want to put their mixes online because they know other DJs are gonna pick it apart and be like, "Yo, you can't scratch well and you can't mix and this thing was bad. Why don't you put this song over here?" And like we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it when I go to another club or whatever. Depending if I'm with girls, like if I'm with girls, I'm doing shots and we're partying. But if I'm with some other dudes, I'm watching the DJ like this. Like, why? There's no reason for that. There's absolutely I should be able to enjoy my time at a bar or whatever and just have fun, but I can't do it. Depending on who I'm with, though. Depending on who I'm with. But like it is ridiculous. This person's doing their job. Let them do their job. Now, to be fair, right? If I hear a DJ put two songs together and that mix is crazy off, I'm gonna be like, what? Like I'm gonna do that. Like to be fair, I'm gonna do that. Everybody's gonna do that, and we're not gonna turn a blind eye. Sometimes I'll be like, "Yo, what song is that? I never heard that song before." But generally, I'm trying to detox myself from the toxicity of being a DJ out in public. And I'm sure it's the same thing for chefs and painters and I don't know, what other entertainment thing, singers. I'm sure they're like, "Yo, this bitch, she's off of 4 octaves. I don't know what she thinks she's doing up here." Like, I'm sure everybody's doing that. But I think and DJs in particular, we don't support each other enough, and it is toxic, man. It is really toxic. Uh, I read the comment section, and sometimes when I make a spicy thing, people going on my neck, and when it's warranted, I'm like, "Yo, cool." But when I'm like, "Yo, you didn't even watch the video. You're just angry at the title. Like, what's wrong with you?" Yeah, like, we see a lot of that, and I think it's a problem. It makes it difficult for people to wanna become a DJ or even, show what they're doing and be 'cause, people are embarrassed to stand in front of a crowd. Like, for me to this day, when I'm doing a big event for, like, a company or a wedding, I can't sleep the night before. I'm shook. It doesn't matter how many times I've done it and I'm always nervous and like I have a terrible sleep the night before. And I just get there, I plug my stuff in, and I just go, and then everything just washes away. And it's the same thing for public speaking. I hate talking in public. I hate it. I hate it. I hate talking on a microphone, which all of this is ironic. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I made this channel to force myself to talk in public, to talk on a microphone, and to be myself, even though I'm talking into a computer and a camera, just to try and be natural and get comfortable with this thing. And I think I've gotten better with it over time, but yeah, people that know me will be like, yeah, that's how Keo is. That's how he is in public. Like I'm chill, but if there's a topic that I care about, I'm in it. Like I'm on it. So um that's kind of where I feel this whole thing comes about. And for me personally, it's like cathartic. Like you're trying to it's like being on a bench and a psychiatrist is talking to you, therapist, whatever. Whoever talks to you on when you get your feet up on the couch, got your feet up on the sofa, man. Like that's that thing where they just let it out. DJs effing suck. We suck as a community, as a group of people, as critics. I see people who are critical of like DJ Cooper. I'm like, you can't even scratch yourself. What do you man because you using different slip masks than you? Like, come on, man. Or I've seen DJs complain about gear somebody's using. Like, we gotta do better, man. Well, flat out, we gotta do better. I'm trying to draw a new leaf. And granted, I got called out because David Guetta thing, but that guy's not a DJ. Like, I'm sorry, I did it again. I did it again. Uh, I kid. But yeah, we realistically for our community to grow, and we need to grow because we're stagnant right now. Who wants to be a DJ in 2021? Ask yourself. Who's excited to be like, yo, can't wait to get this new controller. I got new headphones. I bought some speakers. Um, on Spotify, whatever you're doing. Who's excited to do that in 2020 when our industry is decimated? We need people to be happy and helpful. And I look at this from the photography community. Now, photography is full of haters, absolutely full of haters. Um, I do I mainly do portrait and that kind of photography, like headshots, that kind of thing. I got into it because I have a friend. Well, I've dated makeup artists and I know people they do makeup. And uh yeah, I just gradually got into it. And the thing that made me better was me being able to post my work online and then me showing it to somebody else and they were like, "Ah, dude, your lighting is wrong, but you should do this, and this will make your work better." And just that the little things, and it wasn't critical of, "Oh, you suck. I hope you die, and I should be doing this gig instead of you." We didn't have that. It was more of a, you know what? If you just maybe this angle over here, or maybe, you thought about this kind of thing, or maybe change your lens, this kind of stuff. Like the feedback that I got made me completely better as a photographer, where like I'm actually proud to show work of like what I do. Whereas, for DJing, a lot of people are horrified to show their work because there's that backlash. There's the, well, I got the gig because I'm somebody's nephew, and everybody's staring at me like, what's this going? What's this boy gonna do? What you got there? I've I've done some hard gigs, man. Do not DJ for Jamaicans if you don't know, and West Indians in total. If you don't know how to play their music, don't do it. There's different cultures. Like I'll give you an example. Indian people, if you don't know what you're doing, but you have the songs at least, or you're trying, they'll pat you on your back and be like, you know what? Good job there. Now go play these four songs in a row. But like West Indians will throw bottles at you if you're not playing correctly. So like there's no room for error. There's literally no room for error. I've seen some bonkers stuff at bashment parties because I started when, oh, okay. We're gonna do story time here. Gather around, folks. Gather around. Um in high school, when we first started doing DJ gigs, we couldn't get to clubs. We weren't big enough to get on the radio. We weren't big enough to do anything like that. We used to throw parties in somebody's basement, and they call them bashment parties. And when you play the right song, people will bang on the radiator like this, and it was bad. Like you'd be dancing the ceiling, kicks in the wall. Like, it was bad. It was bad. But uh, the whole point is that you had to play a hostile crowd and people coming from different neighborhoods there, and there was no room for error. You needed to have your stuff on point, and it kind of makes you a better DJ very quickly. Don't start mixing up the songs and mixing up a Bounty Killer rhythm with Beanie Man or like Shabba Ranks, something like this. Don't do that. Know where you're supposed to put the songs together and know when to play them, and you'll be okay. Dudes in the back be like, I throw up the two gunshots and they're good. Like as long as you know what you're doing, you'll be okay. Now that takes a little bit of fear, and you got to get over that hump of, oh my God, they're gonna criticize me, and we have to do that as a community. And I bring this up to say we have to be unafraid of the criticisms that you get, which I get criticisms every time I make a video. You got to be unafraid of the criticism you're going to get as a community. And we need to be more welcoming for the new people, the newcomers, the people who don't quite have the good gear yet. They don't know how to put their mixes together, or their ear isn't that good, where they're not sure where these songs fit together, whatever. Don't rip it down. I know your first instinct is like, oh, that's trash. No, don't do that. Like, hey, young person, DJ, uh, maybe you should try switching these songs in this order. Gentle, gentle affirmation. Possibly. I know some people get mad at me about this, but like I went through the ringer coming up, and I seen what it does to people, and people just don't want to deal with it. I've seen that. And I've seen, just say, hey, just keep trying. You'll get there, from really solid DJs. And I would say the ringer is helpful. And also the affirmation was helpful from really good DJs. You're almost there. Just practice on your mix, make sure you get your thing right. And, like it's just drills. I talked about this before. I say, you want to get better, make mixtapes. We need to work together as a community. And I don't see it there. And especially in 2021, when there is no gigs, unless you want to get the shot. Um, there is no gigs. So we need to work together as a community. We need to think about this stuff better. But let me know what you guys think below. What can we do to help new DJs? Let's talk about that. What can we do to help new DJs? Are we too critical about this stuff? Are we, more helpful? Are you helpful? Let me know. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it so much. Anytime I get, a couple thousand views on a video, I'm like, yo, I did that, man. That's great. Especially because this is a niche topic and, people who aren't doing tutorials and reviewing gear or whatever, like people, they don't gravitate to this section of the universe here. This is for the grown folks. And I appreciate when the grown folks come in and want to chat it up. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and peace out.